Ever wondered about God's self-revelation in Exodus chapter 34? Picture this: Moses, our steadfast protagonist, finds himself in a predicament. He's been given a divine directive to chisel 2 stone tablets identical to the first pair that met a shattering end. This is no small task, but it's one that Moses accepts, setting in motion the events of Exodus chapter 34. To fully appreciate this chapter, we must step back and revisit the preceding events. Moses had previously descended Mount Sinai, carrying the original tablets inscribed by God himself. But upon witnessing the Israelites reverting to idol worship, his anger led to the destruction of these holy objects. This act of defiance set the stage for God's second commandment to Moses to craft a new set of tablets. This moment marks a turning point in the narrative. Moses, having learned from past experiences, is ready to ascend the mountain once more. Thus, Moses embarks on his journey back to Mount Sinai, setting the stage for a divine encounter. Imagine standing on a mountain, awaiting a divine revelation. This is where Moses found himself in Exodus chapter 34. In this chapter, we find Moses once again on Mount Sinai, a place already etched in religious history. Here, God reveals his character to Moses, a revelation that is as profound as it is transformative. As the story unfolds, God descends in a cloud, standing with Moses there on the mountain peak. In a moment that must have been both terrifying and awe-inspiring, God proclaims his name, the Lord, the Lord. But he doesn't stop there. He goes on to describe himself, painting a picture of his nature that is as complex as it is comforting. God declares himself to be merciful and gracious, slow to anger, abundant in steadfast love and faithfulness. These are not just empty words. Each attribute is a promise, a declaration of God's unwavering commitment to his people. His mercy speaks of his readiness to forgive, his grace of his unmerited favor. His patience is revealed in his slowness to anger, his love and faithfulness in his unwavering commitment to his covenant. Speaking of the covenant, it is here on Mount Sinai that God renews his covenant with Moses and the Israelites. This isn't just any contract or agreement, it's a sacred bond, a divine promise that binds God to his people. God promises to do wonders never before seen in all the earth, to drive out nations before them, and to give them a land flowing with milk and honey. All he asks in return is their obedience and commitment to keeping his commandments. This covenant is a testament to God's justice. He doesn't ignore sins or let them go unpunished. Yet, in his justice, we also see his mercy. For he is a God who forgives iniquity, transgression, and sin while ensuring that the guilty do not go unpunished. And so Moses finds himself in the presence of a God who is both just and merciful, a God who offers a renewed covenant to his people. After such a divine revelation, how does one react? How does one carry this knowledge back to their people? Imagine Moses descending the mountain, his face radiantly shining, illuminated by the glory of God. This wasn't merely a physical glow, but a spiritual radiance, a testament to his divine encounter. Moses, the humble shepherd-turned-leader, had been in the presence of God, receiving a renewed covenant. He carries this covenant back to the Israelites, a people yearning for divine guidance. The shining face of Moses wasn't just a spectacle, it became a beacon of hope, a symbol of God's promise to his people. Now let's delve into the implications of this divine revelation. The Israelites, witnessing the transformation of Moses, had a tangible sign of God's presence among them. This wasn't just a morale boost, it was a spiritual awakening. The fear of God, the reverence, the awe. It increased tenfold, influencing their faith and their actions. For Moses, the encounter left him with more than just a shining face. It deepened his understanding of the divine, strengthened his resolve, and fortified his leadership. He was no longer just Moses. He was Moses, the man who had seen God. The impact of this divine revelation rippled through the Israelite community, shaping their faith, their laws, and their relationship with God. Moses descends the mountain, his face shining with the glory of God, carrying a renewed covenant and a deeper understanding of the divine. Exodus chapter 34 is more than a historical event. It is a revelation of God's character. We journeyed through the setting, the divine revelation, and its profound implications. The chapter unveils the divine intervention at Mount Sinai, where the covenant was renewed. This revelation, a testament to God's mercy, love, and justice, not only impacted Moses, but continues to resonate with us today. As we close this chapter, we are left with a deeper understanding of a God who is merciful, loving, and just, a God who reveals himself to his people in the most extraordinary ways. Are you ready for the next chapter? Just click here to go straight to it.